What an intense ball game tonight. What a great ball game. Two teams that played very, very complete games. Great atmosphere tonight. Great support from our fans, and it made a huge difference. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about UNC Greensboro. That's a really good ball club. That lineup, their lineup is as good as a lot of the lineups in the ACC. I mean, they do a really good job of putting together at bats. Link Jarrett and their coaching staff have done a great job. And Hensley, their starting pitcher tonight, could pitch for anybody. He was really, really good. So they've got a really good club. You know, the game really boiled down to pitching and defense for us. I thought we pitched extremely well. Alex Eubanks was really, really good. You know, we held him to solo homers, which is a testament to our pitching and our defense. We really, really did a good job of limiting the free pass. And, you know, Pat Krall got a chance to come in there at the end of the game and did an outstanding job. You know, a couple two-out hits. Weston Jackson got it going for us in the 5th inning with a two-out single, 2 RBIs, and then Logan Davidson there in the bottom of the 8th. Boy, that run was important as it turned out. So, you know, overall, played a good game. Need to do a little better job with runners on base, trying to get some balls up in the zone, swinging at strikes. Got to do a better job of trying to lay off some all-speed pitches out of the strike zone. But I told the team after the game, we're facing a different animal tomorrow. You know, we're going to face a guy tomorrow that's, you know, going to be pitching probably in that 94 to 97 range, may run it up to 98. So, you know, we may turn the pitching machine and the cage up about as fast as it'll go to try to get ready for that fastball. But you know, that's what college baseball is all about. You know, Vanderbilt tomorrow, great ball club. Coach Corbin's one of the best in the country. We know they're a very complete team, fundamental team, but we'll be ready to go. Looking forward to having a great crowd again tomorrow.
Coach, how tough a decision was it to bring in Pat in the 9th, or was that the plan all along if Gilliam were to get into trouble?
Well, we were really trying to get through Trejo, who hit the home run. We felt like right-handers were a little bit of a better option. That being said, we got him in a 3-1 count, and we had to throw a fastball. He did a good job of laying off some pitches, put himself in a good count to hit a ball a long way. Once we got through Trejo, we felt like the matchup was to go to Krall. And he did an unbelievable job.
Could you have asked any more out of Bulldog letting him go into the 8th?
Got him. No, he did an unbelievable job. I mean, Alex is a big game pitcher in big situations. It seems like anytime we need a big start out of Alex, he gives us one. And executed pitches, did an outstanding job. Thought he got better as the game went on. So Alex, you know, definitely deserves a lot of recognition after this game. He did a great job.
Have you ever led your team in the alma mater before, like you did tonight? And kind of
no, I just had to wing it. I had to wing it. So, you know, they couldn't play it because it's an NCAA regional. But, you know, we felt like we had to do it. You know, we do it every home game. You know, they asked me to go up there and lead it. I didn't, you know, I've got some skills. You know, I'm a baseball coach and, you know, a band director, I guess, now. So, but no, it's pretty cool.
Coach, how much time did you spend scouting Vandy in the last few days, or you just focused completely on UNC Greensboro?
Well, I focused first and foremost on UNC Greensboro because it was very important for us to make sure that we were prepared for them. We watched a lot of video on all of our opponents. We spent pretty much the whole week studying every team in this regional, watching their games on film. I'll get here early in the morning and watch them again. Try to watch as much as I can on their starting pitcher, but you know, we all know what we're getting. We're getting one of the best in the country, and that's the bottom line. So we've got a tough test tomorrow night, but we got Barnes going, and Barnes is as good as anybody there is when he's on, so he's going to give us a chance. But we'll try our best to prepare a little bit more for Vanderbilt now that we know that's who we're playing. But we have a pretty good idea just based on video research and scouting reports and, you know, all the tools that we have.
Mike, were you a little surprised to see Link walk Seth, start off the game there in the first inning, and then intentionally walk him 2 more times after that?
Well, you know, I think that just shows the respect that they have for Seth. And I think, you know, Link played for Mike Martin And Mike Martin is one of those guys that will do everything he can to not let your best hitter beat you. So, when it comes to a game plan, sometimes it's pretty simple. Just don't let their best guy, when they get runners on base, beat you. And, I thought it was a smart move on his part. But we knew and we said pregame that, somebody's going to have to hit with runners on base and going to have to hit behind Seth and Pender once we get guys on base. And we put Jackson right there behind him, and he delivered a big blow when we needed him to.
Weston, I have to ask, growing up a Clemson fan, what did that mean for you tonight to get that big hug from Seth there crossing home plate? And, was your dad on your mind a little bit when that happened?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really put it into words. That was cool. I mean, that atmosphere, man, it's the kind of stuff you dream of as a kid, and being a part of it, you can't really put it in words. It was awesome.
After your first couple of at-bats, when they walked Seth to get to you, were any of your coaches, your teammates kind of coming up to you, giving you encouragement, or was everybody kind of letting you be with your own thoughts?
No, there was definitely some encouragement. One thing I found out throughout this season is just how big staying positive is through your at-bats. Don't let one at-bat affect your next one, because your next one's probably going to be the biggest at-bat of the game, and that's kind of how you have to treat it. So, they gave me plenty of opportunities. I didn't get it done the first 2 times, but I just kind of stayed positive, stayed aggressive, didn't really take offense to it. Seth's a great hitter, and hitting behind him, you're going to come across those situations. So I was glad I was able to deliver for my team right there.
Alex, was the key tonight for you just kind of flushing those 2 home runs you gave up and just keep pitching?
Yeah, you can't ever dwell on mistake pitches or when they score runs. You just got to forget about it and move on. Once it happens, there's really nothing you can do except for just keep battling and give your team the best chance to win you can. So yeah, you just gotta forget it.
Alex, did you draw off last year's experience in the regional when you had to go in and get that must win? And tonight, obviously, kind of getting off to a good start in this regional was a must win.
Yeah, for sure. Every time you pitch, you're able to grow. So I try to grow each and every week, and no matter how it goes, good or bad. So you try to take what you can each week and move that on to the next game.
Pat, what was going through your head in the 9th inning? I'm sure you're pretty comfortable coming out of the pen after doing that most of last season.
Yeah, it's kind of nice coming out of the bullpen again. It was a good feeling coming in the 9th with a lead at home in front of that kind of crowd. For me, it was just making pitches and giving our team a chance to win any way I can. Whether it be starting or out of the bullpen, for me, it's just going into a game where I can help us win is most important.
Do you kind of keep your edge, Pat, throughout the game? Knowing, did coach come to you and say, hey, this could be a game to where we may go to you for the last 3 or 6 outs if need be?
I'll try to go into every game where I know if I'm live, I'm going to try to lock in like I'm going to go in. Unless I'm down for that day, you can be a little bit more lax and loose in the dugout. But every day I'm in the bullpen, I know I'm live, whether they use me or not, or they tell me they're going to use me or not. I'm going to lock in, pretend I'm going to go into that game, so when I get in, I'm ready for it.
After last week, for you, Pat, how was it to come in and have success after, obviously that Virginia game the other day?
It's a good feeling to getting out. No, it's just good to get back on the mound and have us win first game regionals, and looking forward to a good night tomorrow night against Vandy, and we're all excited for it.
Monty, what would Pat's status be for the rest of the regional? Would he be available maybe Monday if you didn't have to use him again to start?
Obviously, that's something that we'll cross that bridge, if we get there. Typically, once you pitch a guy out of the pen, you're just going to keep him in the pen, typically. But it'll depend a lot on what we do tomorrow. He threw 1 inning. It just really depends on tomorrow. If we use him out of the pen, obviously we use him out of the pen. Then we're going to keep him in the pen tomorrow. But, there's an outside chance, but I'm not looking ahead, that much right now. I can tell you this, we got a lead late, and we want to go to him tomorrow, we're going to go to him. And we're going to do everything we can to win that game too. And if we need to use Pat, we will. A lot of it will be just dependent on how he feels. We always, communicate with all of our bullpen guys that pitch in that game the next day once they play catch, once they get to the field, just to see how they feel, if they feel like they're ready to go the next day.
Lonnie, how impressed were you with Logan Davidson in his first NCAA tournament game?
He played great. He played great, had 3 good at-bats for us, made some good defensive plays. There's a reason that Logan was a guy that we recruited as hard as we did and had a chance to had to make a tough decision whether he's going to go into professional baseball or come to Clemson. He's a special player, a special talent. He's one of our hardest workers, and boy, he stepped up big tonight. Very, very proud of him.
Coach, what exactly happened with Jordan sliding into third? It seemed like he was able to shake it off.
Well, he's just trying to make an aggressive play. The ball kicked away from the catcher. He's trying to get to third with one out so that we can score on a sac fly or ground ball through the infield. And when the catcher made the throw, it hit him in the throat. So that's where it got him. So he's going to be fine. I'm sure he'll be a little bit sore, but in that moment he just couldn't catch his breath. So we needed to try to give him time just to recover there. But yeah, he got hit in the throat.
Pat, how's the foot?
One or two more questions.
How's your foot?
Velocity for the right-hander for Vanderbilt tomorrow. What makes him so special? Yeah, you're facing tomorrow night.
Yeah, just purely pitchability with that kind of stuff. I mean, when you see a guy that can pitch in the mid to upper 90s at times, with that type of command, anytime you can command 2 to 3 pitches and you throw that hard, it makes it very, very difficult because you have to pick one or the other. You got to kind of stay on the fastball, or you got to sell out to a breaking ball or an all-speed pitch, and you sell out to an all-speed pitch and the guy's throwing 98, you got no chance. So it's very, very difficult when you got a guy that can throw 3 pitches in the strike zone and he throws that hard, because you got to really, for the most part, sell out to the fact that this guy can beat me with his fastball. I got to be on time and I got to cheat to it and I got to get a good pitch to hit. So that's what makes it tough. We see a lot of 90-91s, 88-89s. You don't see a lot of 95 pluses. So you just got to load up early and you got to be aggressive.
Is there anybody similar, Monty, that you guys have faced this year like that?
I'm trying to think. The guy at North Carolina, Bukowskis, had a really, really good fastball, but he pitched with his slider more. But he's a guy to run it up there in the mid-90s. The bottom line is whether he's throwing 94, 97, whatever it is, if he's throwing that hard tomorrow night, the key is got to swing at strikes. I mean, we got to get balls over the plate. We got to be on time. I feel confident that if we can understand our timing and what we have to do to be on time with a fastball like that, and we get some pitches over the plate to hit, that we'll give ourselves a chance. Our guys tend to hit guys that throw that pitch with their fastball fairly well. But again, it's another gear. And first time through the order, we really, really got to lock in and get a feeling of what that fastball looks like, what his stuff looks like, and try to make some adjustments. The key with a guy that's got that kind of arm is you got to make adjustments from at bat to at bat. One time through the order, second time through the order. You got to try to grind out at bats because he can get on a roll as good as he is.